I love that. But I will say this much. I love the fact that because it shows her growth as a character. It shows her growth as a character. Hey, welcome back. It shows her growth as a character, like from which how she was in Spider-Man 1 to how she is now in Spider-Man 2. And I cannot wait for Spider-Man 3 because I want to know what's going to happen next. Because as y'all know, even though, like, if y'all play the game, um, it, then y'all know. Um, but Peter is taking a break per se, like again per se, but he's not. But it's and Insomniac did confirm this. They said that he's taking a break, but they're not done with his character. So he's taking a back seat, and we all know that Miles is getting another game because on how that on how this game ended, we know Miles is getting a second game for sure. That's a fact. That's a known fact, hands down. Um, and then we also know that Norman Osborn is going to become the Green Goblin. That's a known fact because he went to Doc Ock, and we know Doc Ock is coming back. That's a known fact. Um, because if you listen to their conversation, Norman's like, "What are you writing there?" And then Doc Ock literally says to him, he says, "I'm writing the final act," which is the setup for Spider-Man 3. And boy, am I excited. Am I excited. I will say this much. A lot of us Spider-Man fans are really angry because, once again, if you know, you know. Because it feels like Insomniac is allergic to money, and I don't know why. Because in the game, when you go free roaming, right, you collect all these spider bots. Once you collect them all, that was supposed to lead up to a DLC, to a Spider Verse DLC. Then the Flame side quest within the main game was supposed to lead to a Carnage three-parter DLC. Then, not just that, it was something else that was supposed to lead to a DLC called the Beetle, and we never got that DLC, and a lot of us were furious because you know how Spider-Man One, okay, they came out with their game, which was an A plus. Then they did a remastered Game of the Year edition, which came out with the game plus you had the heist, turf wars, and silver lining, three DLCs within that same game, which made that game even better than what it was when it first came out. I thought that's what they were going to do with Spider-Man 2 because they were talking about doing a Carnage DLC, then doing Beetle, and then the Spider Verse DLC was supposed to be the finale of um, the DLC, which where all the different Spider Warriors come together, and that never happened. So a lot of you can imagine a lot of us were upset. A lot of us were upset. It's like, come on, Insomniac, y'all giving good milk. Y'all were doing so good, and then you kick it over, and it's like you're allergic. You're all of a sudden now you're allergic to money. Like y'all are doing so great on this Spider-Man saga that you just kicked the bucket right here. Like, come on, man. When I tell y'all we were so angry, like we were so angry when this news first came out. We didn't think it was real, but when we found out it was real, bro, we were so upset. You can imagine how upset we were, and probably, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still pretty upset because it's like now we're playing the game and we don't even get to experience Cletus Cassidy turn into Carnage. So if y'all played the Flame Quest in Spider-Man 2 and you see Cassidy holding the canister, that was supposed to set up literally that was supposed to set up the DLC for Maximum Carnage, the DLC. And we were supposed to experience Cassidy and continue that storyline to see him turn into Carnage, and eventually we would fight him as Carnage. So prayerfully, they make it up to us in Spider-Man 3 and have Carnage not as a DLC, but as a main boss fight. Because I feel like they owe us. No, I know for a fact that they owe us that. They owe us that because they cheated us out of that greatness.